underrated how much this song slaps.
If this song came on at a bar, I'd definitely start dancing.
Oh, you'd get a little shoulder shake going.
Oh yeah.
I hate to be the one to tell you this. We're at a bar.
That's a really good point.
What is up, everybody, and welcome into episode 2 of the DNVR Nuggets preview series. Step up time.
Step up time.
Step up time, baby. We are now talking about the reserves. We could have called this the vets. We could have called this the others. We went with reserves.
We went right in the middle. It's not quite as insulting as the others, but it's not as maybe distinguished as the vets.
You feel like others is offensive?
It really sort of takes away their humanity. All right, go ahead.
All right, there you go. We are, of course, talking about Ish Smith, Davon Reed, DeAndre Jordan, Zeke Nnaji, Jeff Green, Vlatko Cancar. It's a lot of guys. It's a lot of vets here. A lot of vets on the roster.
A lot of others.
Let's take a look at some last year stats for Zeke Nnaji.
Wow.
Zeke Nnaji, look at him last year. 6.6 points, 3.6 rebounds, 51% from the field, and here's what I love, 46.3%. That's the
wild.
3-point line. I'm telling you, the man never missed. But then he made a new shot this offseason. Vogt, what stands out?
Well, rebounds, I think it's a number that could be higher for Zeke Nnaji, particularly because the avenue, apparently, to him cracking the rotation is as a backup big. I think this is something, he's gotten stronger, allegedly. Certainly looks like it. He's added that muscle, and he's added the vertical. What about the hands? Is he able to go up there, get two hands securely on the ball, and bring it down? I think that's something he did well in college, something he has yet to do well in the NBA, and could be a big step towards him cracking the rotation full-time.
I've always looked at Zeke Nnaji as just the perfect Jokic ball player. He's a great three-point shooter.
Perfect?
As a role player, yeah, he's awesome, man. Great three-point shot.
Perfect.
I think
No
he's
flaws.
best at the 4. I think he's best at power forward. He's, he knows what he's good at. He's either going to shoot the ball or pass it. Quick decision maker. Doesn't need the ball a ton. I hope this year is the year he just fully establishes himself for an entire season as a guy off the bench, because I think he's got the absolute ability to be that.
Yeah, Zeke Nnaji is one player that his role and his fit has been like really confusing for the last several years. He's sort of like, it's unclear. Is he a shooter? He's a big guy, but he doesn't play big. And the rebounding, like Vogt said, is like very confusingly low. Like his rebounding ability is like much, much less than you would expect just for a guy of his stature. But it seems like he's coming in with a lot more confidence. Like this is the first time we've really heard the coaching staff and frankly, like the hipsterati of the NBA Twitter, like really singing the praises of Zeke Nnaji coming into the season.
Is this true, the hipsterati are on him?
I think so.
I'm seeing it, man.
Really?
I'm seeing like even outside of Denver, like people apparently.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of what kind of lobbying he has going on for him, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Zeke to be, kind of the player that we maybe envisioned he could be on draft night when, the arc of Zeke Nnaji is we got him. We were all like pretty unsure of that pick. And then we saw him play defense, perimeter defense, like really at a very high level. And we all sort of like, took back maybe a little bit of our doubt. And then he got less and less confident going on. So I just want to see him like really step into that role of being like a player that plays with power and plays with strength.
I mean, definitely would love to see him play with the strength. That part of it,
Yeah.
I mean, we know he beefed up, so you'd love to see him just muscle some guys this year. The other guy I want to highlight is Jeff Green. I think he's the other one of these vets or others or whatever inhumane way you want to talk about these guys. 10
Less
points.
vets.
Played a lot of minutes last year. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 52% from the field, just 31.5% from 3. Wind, walk me through. What are we looking at here?
Well, 10.3 points a game. I mean, the guy was a double-figure scorer for the Nuggets.
That doesn't seem right.
And
That's crazy.
he's one of the others, But the reason why is because if you forget, he was in the starting lineup for a lot of the year.
That's right.
10 points is wild. He averaged 10 points a game last year.
And
That's kind of
looking
wild,
ahead
right?
to this season, look, I think something that happened last year, Jeff Green played a ton of minutes for this team. They should not have been playing him this many minutes. He tired as the season wore on and into the playoffs. He wasn't the same player, I don't think, in the playoffs as he was earlier in the year. He doesn't need to play that much, hopefully, for the Nuggets again. I think they played him out of desperation early in the season last year. I think those numbers should all drop this season, and that would be a healthy thing for Denver.
I love Jeff. I'm gonna interject here. I love Jeff Green as a player, and I kind of like him as a Jokic ball player. One of the things
is he the perfect Jokic ball
he's
player?
the perfect guy. Flawless. Flawless for a Jokic player. I just love his size. He's great at taking advantage of undersized players, which Denver's offense generates a lot of switches, and then you take advantage of those. I would like to see him play minutes with Jokic this year. The problem is he's going to be a bench guy.
Yeah, that's
I
not
don't
going to
know
happen.
how much he's going to get to play with Jokic this year. And I think a big reason of why he had that shocking – no, that should have been the shocking stat, 10 points per game. I don't know how I didn't realize he was a double-figure scorer. But, of course, that is a lot of playing alongside the starters as well as a lot of minutes. So I don't know if he'll get there. All right, we got to ask the big question, though.
Oh, boy.
Whomst amongst these players will be in the playoff rotation? Vote. I'll let you start with this one. Who's going to be in the playoff rotation?
Jeff Green's going to be in the playoff rotation.
Oh, for sure.
I think first of all, beyond the fact that he clearly was in a relative pecking order as next man up, after a couple guys went down, scoring 10 points a game, I think with a diminished role, you might see increased returns as well, right? The opposite effect of what Wind was just describing, where if he doesn't have to be a starter and a double-digit scorer all year, does he have more in the tank to be a helpful player off the bench, to be an athlete off the bench? And I think Malone clearly trusts him. So I'd be least surprised to see Jeff Green playing in the postseason.
Okay. What do you think, Eric? What's your bold prediction here? Or your big question answer, I should say.
I mean, probably Zeke Nnaji. I mean, Jeff Green, I think, will play just because he is sort of minted as that go-to vet off the bench. The problem with Jeff Green last year is that he just became invisible through large portions of the season. I don't know. Like he
I mean, he is 35.
that's what I was just about to say. Like I think a lot of that goes to what Wind was saying. Like he's probably overused, and so maybe he wore down a little bit more than we would want him to. But all that being said, so I think that Jeff Green will be part of it, but I think that Zeke Nnaji will probably be a more impactful part of the playoff rotation.
So you got Zeke is off the board, Jeff Green's off the board. So you got Ish Smith, Davon Reed, DeAndre Jordan, Vlatko Cancar. Any of those guys going to be in a playoff rotation in your opinion?
I think Davon Reed, you can make the case for him just because he's a reliable guy. I mean, he is Mr. Dependable after all. Yeah, so dependable. I mean, that's the type of quality you want in a guy off the bench. DeAndre Jordan, we shall see. I'm going to say at this point, I don't think he'll be in the playoff rotation. Ish Smith, no. Vlatko Cancar, no.
Okay. I think I'm with you guys on this one. I think Jeff Green to me would be the most likely. I think Zeke Nnaji second most likely. I think both of them are in the playoff rotation should they still be on the roster. All right, bold prediction time, guys. Why don't I kick us off? Sometimes we get bold prediction. It's like hype. And then sometimes we get them and it's like, bummer.
Damn.
Bold doesn't mean people pleasing.
Yeah, this one's not going to please a lot. At least 3 of these 6 guys will not be on the roster by the playoffs.
Whoa!
I think Denver is a trade team this year. I think they make a trade. We got somebody new at the helm, so maybe that's part of my theory here. And then part of it is if I look at the Nuggets roster, it doesn't look complete to me. It looks like let's see which one of these guys stick. Maybe it's all of them, all of the main guys, but maybe it's not. And I look at it, would I be surprised if Zeke Nnaji was traded? Would I be surprised if DeAndre Jordan was cut or, moved on from? Ish Smith, same thing? No.
Those are the 3 that are going to be.
Well, I'm just saying.
Let's get bold if we're going to get bold.
And then you've even got a Jeff Green who maybe Denver says, Zeke's playing well. Jeff's off the team or something like this. Yep. So I'm going to be a little bold here, say 3 of these guys are on the roster.
That is bold.
Yeah. Vote. Can you be more bold than that?
Yeah. So I have a bold prediction that depending on your perspective is either a bummer or great news.
Okay.
I don't think DeAndre Jordan will be in that rotation as soon as opening night.
Man,
wow.
We're recording this after 2 preseason games. DeAndre Jordan very prominent in the rotation.
Yeah, well, listen, it's a bold prediction.
Are you saying Nikola Jokic's wrist is worse than we think?
Is this breaking news?
It's not what's clearly going to happen prediction. It's bold prediction. I'm going to get bold. I'm going to say either Zeke or Jeff are the starting big man much sooner rather than later, but I'll go very bold. I'll say right off the bat.
Alrighty, that's super bold. I don't think it's accurate, but it's super bold,
It is
and I
bold.
appreciate that.
I just tried to
get bold.
Hey, you did a good job. You did a good job. D-line, bold prediction.
I think that Zeke finally makes his emergence as an impact player.
I love that you read it word for word. I love it. I love that you're coming in hot.
What?
So wait, are you putting your flag down? You're a Zekesman?
I think that I am a Zeke freak, dude.
You're a Zeke freak?
I think I'm ready to go all in for Zeke, dude.
Are you Nnaji by nature?
I am. Wow. Yeah, I am.
Are you
dude.
feeling
Wow.
Nnaji right now?
I'm feeling a little Nnaji going into this season. Yeah, dude. Listen. I'm buying the hype. I love. From what I understand, he's in the best shape of his life. I've never heard any other player
Aren't we all?
announce that in the offseason. No, but really, like, I'm buying the body reshaping. I'm buying how it plays into his game. Like, I'm buying the addition to his vertical.
Is that? Yeah. Oh, that's right. 3 inches, huh?
4, dude.
4 inches. My bad. I
Come on, don't sell the man short.
A little skeptical.
Yeah.
See, all of you, you just come in with these bold predictions. All you want to do is just rain down negative feelings. Me, I see Zeke Nnaji as him making his emergence as an impact player.
Win, save him from
man.
himself here. What's your
I
bold
think
pick?
Eric just copied my bold prediction.
Oh,
Mine
wow.
is that Zeke Nnaji, by the end of this season, becomes a lock for the playoff rotation.
Whoa.
I'm also a Zeke freak.
He's
I'm in
Nnaji
the
by
club.
nature, dude.
I got the Nnaji in me. I just think this is finally going to be the year for Zeke. I don't know if it's going to be at the 4. I don't know if it's going to be at the 5, but I think he will be a lock for the playoff rotation at one of those positions.
Are you guys ready for the least shocking stat you've ever heard in your life?
Oh,
you guys
boy.
ready
Bring
for
it
the
to me.
least? Give me something that's not at all shocking, Kale. Could you pull that up here? Zeke Nnaji led the Nuggets in 3-point percentage last season.
Wow.
46%. Wow. That's a stat known by literally every
All of
Nuggets
us.
fan in the world.
Yep.
It's still shocking. It really, honestly, like, if you think about just the Nuggets, as when you think about them, you think about Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. They weren't on the team last year. Don't get mired
Thanks
into
for
that.
breaking that down. Yeah.
It's a shocking stat because he changed his shot.
Yeah.
Imagine putting up
True.
that percentage and going, this has to change.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, maybe he improves even more. I guess the idea is off movement now, not just spot up.
I mean, you're pretty confident when he takes an open shot, though, aren't you, Vogt?
Oh,
Extremely.
yeah, for sure. And it's always more impressive when a guy who doesn't take a lot of threes can just come off the bench after he doesn't play for 5 games and just drain the first 3 he takes,
Yeah.
You know what? The Nuggets don't necessarily have great pencil-in options, but they do have a couple of options they have to weigh. Somebody familiar with having options you have to weigh is none other than Superstar Dev. Let's go to him for some relationship advice.
Oh, boy.
We have very, very tough decisions to make. Do we go with Zeke Nnaji or do we go with DeAndre Jordan? This is my favorite. Getting to choose. Life is about choices. Do we go with DeAndre on one hand? He used to be so good. We had so many memories together. I remember that one play. Oh, that one play. Everybody seemed to like him, so you have to make it work. You just have to, right? I don't know. We'll see. But then on the other hand, we have Zeke. Just so full of life. So many things that this person can do. So many things that they bring to the table, but will they ever meet their full capacity? I don't know.
Wow. I feel uncomfortable
Dude,
having witnessed that.
Dude, that was a little more Nnaji than I wanted it to be.
That was so Nnaji.
Dev knows all about the Zeke freak.
Dev's definitely getting a Zeke freak on. That does it for us, guys, with the reserves, the others. Next up, the top 7.
Let's
See
go.
you guys with that.